Today we'll be taking a look at the latest version of the LC100 pedal set made by Cammus. It's their redesigned flagship pedal kit with features including a 100 kilo load cell on the brake pedal and an adjustable damper, Hall sensors on the throttle and clutch, bearing pivot points on all pedals, and a neatly integrated control box. The pedals share a newly designed and refined CNC aluminium alloy pedal arm and base, along with powder-coated curved steel pedal plates in a black finish. The pedals look very well constructed and have a nice feel and high-quality build. The three pedals come well packaged as a set, and in the box we have the user manual with information on the setup and adjustment. There's a USB-C cable, a USB-C to USB-A adapter, an RJ45 cable for connecting the pedals to a Cammus wheelbase, all the mounting hardware, and Allen keys. We've got the throttle pedal, the clutch pedal, and the load cell brake pedal. And to complete the package, the pedal's attached to a solid and heavy 4mm thick steel base plate. This has slots giving plenty of adjustability for each pedal, and with ample mounting points on the plate to attach it to a sim rig. Taking a closer look at the pedals, the throttle pedal has a linear feel with a single spring providing the resistance. The spring has an adjustable preload nut, and on the rod there are two plastic spacers which act as the travel end stops. And these plastic spacers can be removed to increase the stroke length. The throttle pedal operates with a Hall sensor that's neatly enclosed, and it provides accurate input and a long service-free life. Towards the back of the throttle pedal we have the control box, and this has connection ports for the clutch, brake and throttle pedals, along with a USB-C connection for standalone use via direct connection to a PC, and this allows them to be used with any wheelbase on a PC. Or they can be connected to a Cammus wheelbase. The brake pedal has a combination of a spring and elastomer to give a solid pedal feel. We have a single shorter spring that has an adjustable preload nut, and underneath the spring we can find two plastic spacers. Behind the spring there's an elastomer, and the braking force travels onto the load cell at the back. The brake pedal comes with a 100 kilo load cell installed, and a load cell pedal will give you the most accurate braking, and it will help you improve your braking performance as it measures applied pressure rather than the actual position found on cheaper pedals. Now just above the spring we have an adjustable damper to give a hydraulic feel to the pedal. This has an adjustment dial from 1 at its lowest to 8 at its highest strength, and I found keeping this at the lowest settings gave the most realistic pedal feeling and best braking performance. The clutch pedal has a single red spring which is thicker and firmer than the spring found on the throttle pedal. It's a heavier action with a smooth linear feel. One thing you won't find on this clutch pedal is a cam system to simulate a pressure plate and bite point, but it feels perfectly fine driving without it, and the clutch has a good range of motion. The clutch pedal also uses a Hall sensor which is located on the side to give an accurate input. Taking a look at the pedal plates, these are curved steel and have a light textured finish to provide some grip. The pedal plates are removed by loosening the two front bolts and lifting off the plate. Although you won't find any adjustability here, it's just a single mounting position. It'd be good if they had some additional holes for height adjustment. The other minor difference between the pedals is the throttle pedal has a slightly longer pedal plate than the clutch and brake pedal. So to mount the pedals, each pedal has its own threaded holes on the bottom for attaching them to the included base plate. You could also mount them inverted if you have an appropriate mounting solution. On the pedal plate, the pedals can be set forwards or backwards, and the slotted holes allow for sideways adjustment. It's an easy process to install the pedals. Bolts are placed through the slotted holes and into the underside of the pedal. With only 2 bolts per pedal, you'll want to make sure everything's tightened down so the pedals don't move later on. One thing to note is the brake pedal uses the same bolts towards the front just like the clutch and throttle, but has a larger bolt towards the back. Next, the included cables are connected to the side of the pedals and then into the control box found on the throttle pedal. The steel base plate has built-in cable management loops for passing through the cables, which keeps everything neat and tidy. The cables were a bit challenging to plug in due to the small size of the plugs and the limited space. Also, I think the quality of the cables could be improved. Now with the pedals installed, the bolt heads do stick out on the underside, so they really need to be bolted to a sim rig. These pedals are not really suited for floor use unless you made a riser. Even then, with a riser on the bottom, I think these would move around too much due to the heavier springs and force needed to operate them. One other interesting design choice on the metal base plate is the cutaway section right in front of the brake pedal heel rest. While driving, the heel of the shoe was close to the edge, so a bit more space here would be good. To install the pedals, there's plenty of mounting holes along the sides, allowing it to be mounted to a sim rig. There's included hardware for mounting the base plate to a rig, but I did find the bolts to be too long for the profile on my rig. But it was an easy fix to swap out some bolts with some shorter ones from another pedal set. Taking a quick look at the software, the connected pedals are controlled on a PC via the Cammus software. The software is used to update the firmware, calibrate and adjust pedal settings. It's quick and easy to set the minimum and maximum input travel of each pedal with a few clicks. And for further tuning, all three pedals are able to have the output curves adjusted to create a custom pedal profile. I ended up using a curved profile for the brake pedal, which worked well. While driving with the pedals, they operate smoothly underfoot, making it easy to control the car with accurate inputs and good modulation. The Hall sensors on the throttle and clutch work perfectly, giving a precise input. I did find the clutch spring to be on the heavier side at the start, but I got used to it fairly quickly. The brake pedal is great and performed better than expected. I did tighten the preload on the spring to shorten the initial travel, and after that it felt good. It was giving great modulation and consistent braking with the load cell. Also, keeping the damper set to 1 gave the best braking performance. The LC100 pedal set have a solid build and feel to them. There's some adjustment available with the preload nuts and the brake damper to set up and configure the pedals to your preference. And you can always swap out the springs or the elastomer with some aftermarket ones to customise the pedal further. Connecting pedals directly with USB means you can use them with any wheelbase on a PC, or they can be connected to a Cammus wheelbase. The software is user-friendly and it makes configuring the input value quick and easy with just a few clicks. Overall, they're a decent set of load cell pedals, offering good value for anyone looking to stretch their racing budget without sacrificing too much quality. Let me know what you think about the Cammus LC100 pedals and check the description for links and additional information. Thanks for watching, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comments section below.